of always going out and hunting on the day after Thanksgiving. Usually we just go out and try to shoot a doe. This morning, it's like in the mid-20s, but there's some wind gusts of like 20 miles an hour. So it makes the feels like temperature down to like the low teens. So it's a chilly one. It's been snowing overnight and there's kind of a dusting to maybe an inch this morning. Where I'm set up this morning is in the bottom of a valley. And basically I'm trying to escape the wind a little bit, but also get tight to some bedding. To the south of me is a big swamp, which they could also be bedding in. Hopefully this cold gets them up and on their feet and moving around, and if it does, I think it should be a pretty successful morning. But we'll see what happens. stunning in the bottom of a valley is swirling winds. And I fell victim to swirling winds this morning. It's supposed to be a west wind, but this valley runs more or less north and south, depending on like if you get like slightly northwest or slightly southwest. Sometimes this valley just channels the wind north and south, even on a west wind. And unfortunately, I was getting quite a few gusts blowing straight to my north this morning. And that group of does, there was probably about 10 of them, were feeding their way along that whole edge of the valley. And the lead doe got a whiff of me. I think one or two of them, of the other ones, did too. And just got nervous and decided to go back into that bedding. I think my plan for this afternoon is I know a spot at the top of the hill back behind me that overlooks that meadow. And I think, especially if it's snowing as hard as it is right now, I think I can sneak around and get set up at the top of that hill and get a shot down into that valley. Who knows, maybe I'll come up with a better idea between now and then. But right now, it looks like I'll be sitting on the ground this afternoon. Alright, I think it's the 29th today, and I'm all set up overlooking the area where that doe group came through this morning. I didn't see any deer spook out of that bedding area across there, and I came in really slowly and carefully from straight behind this tree. So I'm hoping that they didn't see me at all, and that they have no idea I'm here, and they come on out to feed, hopefully pretty early this evening, and I get a nice shot at one of those mature does. That's the setup, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. About the last 20 minutes or so, and it is not looking good for me tonight. I got to thinking about it, and over on the neighbor's property, closer to the cornfield, is a bunch of pines. I bet you that group of does got up in the middle of the day when the wind really started to pick up and went to go bed in those pines where they'd be protected from the wind a bit more. Firearm season is done at the end of the month here in Michigan. And I'm headed home tonight, so I don't know if I'm gonna hunt anymore during firearm season. I'm starting Monday. Late archery is open, and especially with all this snow, I'm considering going out on public land, seeing if I can find some, fresh recent sign and just setting up on that. I've also got a bunch of trail cameras out on public land that I should probably pull at some point too, so maybe I'll do that.
Alright guys, it is December 2 today, and currently it is not firearm season, it's only late archery right now. Muzzleloader season opens up this weekend, but I'm going to be pretty busy for quite a few weekends coming up here, unfortunately. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to make it out to that private land next, and I have no idea what's going on public land. because I haven't stepped foot on public land in probably close to a month. So I am going to head out today. We've gotten snow over the last 3 days or so. And I'm going to do a quick speed scout of a piece of public land and probably pull my trail cameras off of it as well. Fingers crossed there's nobody out there right now. It's a Monday afternoon and it's only late archery, so I can't imagine there's going to be a ton of guys out there. I'm going to do a quick speed scout using this snow to my advantage, and we'll see what's going on out there. All right, so I just pulled my first camera. I'm on my way to my second. I walked the entire private public property line along that field edge, and I've done probably a quarter mile or so through the woods, and I've yet to cut a single deer track. I've seen some squirrel tracks and some rabbit tracks, but not a single deer track. So I'm thinking, at least right now, I don't think this spot's going to be worth hunting at all. So I'll probably have to go someplace else if I decide to do any hunting this week. But I got a lot of distance to go. I've got a lot of cameras to check. So we'll see what those end up showing. Alright, I just pulled my second camera and found the first set of deer tracks that I've seen this whole time. The little one, the tracks are definitely from a little one, and they're definitely not smoking hot fresh. So, although it is something, it is not that encouraging. But at least the deeper I get on this parcel, the more deer sign I'm seeing, as little as it is. So, got a ways yet to go. We'll see. There is a chance. Alright, I'm getting close-ish to my last two cameras. I finally cut another set of fresh-ish tracks. Definitely small deer, but it's something. So maybe the area that these other two cameras are in will be the winning area. These last two are in more of hardwoods, versus these other ones have all been focused on kind of swamp and that sort of deal. So maybe the hardwoods is the place to be. We're fixing to find out. Alright, just pulled the last camera here, back in the hardwoods, and there really wasn't anything for sign back in here either. So I think if I'm going to want to do any late season hunting, it's not going to be on this piece. But I'm very interested to see what those cameras have. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to head home, throw these SD cards in my computer, and we'll see what happened out here the rest of the season.